was wondering if Mr. Oldenburger has any regrets about the press release yesterday and some of the wording in the press release. It mentioned in the press release that the 18-month-old child in this case was too young to know and suffered no ill effects, I believe is how it was worded. And the other thing that he thought was unusually worded was he thought that Mr. Grooms was doing this to impress what he thought was a girl. And the question is, does it really matter? He was doing the action. It doesn't matter who he was trying to impress or who was putting him up to it. And so I'll start you with that question.
Okay. Well, first of all, I think the issue was when the information was first released by Homeland Security. A lot of the information that they put out was pretty inaccurate, and so a lot of people now are going back and finding that original information online and basing their opinions off of that information. One of the things that they published back then was that Mr. Grooms had filmed himself doing this while another person watched, which turned out to not be true. I guess the way that it was originally portrayed was that as though Mr. Grooms was an active participant in a child pornography ring, knowingly producing child pornography and distributing it on the internet. The reality is that Mr. Grooms was not aware that this was being recorded, had no idea that these guys were intending to distribute this stuff on the internet.
But he wasn't aware that he was doing it.
Correct, he was aware that he was doing it. So I think the issue is, I think it's certainly what he did obviously is very wrong, but it gives an entirely different impression and makes it sound much worse if you believe that he was actively participating in child pornography, knowingly doing this. The other thing is that the child actually, like I said, it was reported to be 18 to 24 months at the time. The child actually was about 8 months old. Again, I guess I'm not sure what the right word for that is, but pretty revolting that an 8-month-old infant was involved in this. But again, the child, and I unfortunately have seen this video, so I'm aware of these circumstances, but the child honestly was not aware of what was going on. The child was not harmed. The child was too young to honestly have any idea what was happening. So I think if you're concerned about the future well-being of this child, I don't think, obviously the effect of finding out later on in life that this had happened to her when she was young certainly might affect her, but the actual events themselves she'll have no memory of, no